I'm going to attempt just to share some inspiration about what Guru Sahib has in mind for the Anand Karaj, a Sikh marriage. So hopefully dispel some misconceptions about what happens and what you see happening in your families and in the Gurdwara to what Guru Sahib wanted for us. So I'm going to do my best I can, but I am like you, there's no difference between me and you. I'm learning and you're learning. I'm a Sikh, you're a Sikh. ਆਪਾਂ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ, and the Gurdwara is the best place to learn. Now my inspiration and my knowledge base is coming from this book here, and that's why I've subtly, very, very subtly put this together just so you know why it's here. And you'll be able to buy this book before you go if you want to have a card machine, so I'm all prepared for that. So when we look at marriage, I think the first thing we need to do, and this is not a talk, this is not about me talking to you, it's about us having a discussion. I know these are G&G talks, but I'm one of those who, I don't like to talk at you. I'd rather be on a journey with you and we can discuss it and we can share thoughts. And so please humour me, don't be shy, safe space, I've been told. So please talk to me. I've got this this laser. I'm a former teacher, and sorry but not sorry, if I point it on you and the dot appears, I kind of want you to say something, Hannah. And there's no wrong answers. Honestly, there's no wrong answers, Hannah. So before we continue, VG here, intimidately, he's got a camera that seems to be following me around, which is even more worrying. And he said, can we record it? And I'm like, I make so many mistakes, I really do. And I lose my thread of thoughts in the best of times. And I said to him, obviously he can record it and then upload it and cut it and how much he wants to afterwards. The only reason I'm saying that is because sometimes you hesitate when there's a camera or there's some audio being picked up and so on, and you're like, I'm not going to ask that question. But this is the place to ask those questions. If I don't know it, I've got some Guru Sikhs around here. Maybe collectively we can find the answer and can look in the book and so on. So hands up if you'd like to stream or record. So hands up if you want to stream. Let's put the hands up there. Oh, put it really high so I can see if it's a majority.
Sorry, just to add, you won't be on camera.
You're not going to be on camera.
Just for the sign of that hand.
Okay. Hands up if you prefer to just have it recorded and they can do what they want to do afterwards. Okay, VG, you win. All right, that's fine. Guru da hukum hai, that's fine. That's not a problem. Okay, so we're looking at marriage. So the first thing to discuss is marriage. What is marriage? Apa kehte hain marriage. Apa marriage kar liya. What does that mean? And there's no wrong answer. I'm genuinely saying that. So without me picking on you, can somebody volunteer maybe? Because otherwise I am literally going to pick on you. So what does it mean? What does marriage, what is it in your opinion? There's no wrong answer, because opinions, there's no wrong answer. So the youngest and cutest person here, what do you think marriage is?
Like the union between two people.
The union between two people. Okay, anybody want to add their additional thoughts to that?
Commitment to each other.
A commitment to each other. So there's a union and there's a commitment. Anything else?
Between a man and a woman.
Between a man and a woman, that's a good point. Anything else?
Two souls, one life.
So a marriage is about two souls
That become one.
that become one. Okay. Anything else?
We apologize.
Yeah.
It could be argued that the union is really between three, and that's yourselves as individuals and WhyGuru as well.
Okay. So marriage is a broad word, and if I look at the Oxford Dictionary for what does that mean? So as Benji here said, it is a formal, a legal union. So you can have a union, but the marriage actually means it's formalized, so it's legal. So this is not obviously a legal document, but you get this piece of paper. If you get married, you get a piece of paper. That means you are married. It's a legal binding document. So what does that mean then? So you get this document. Any lawyers here? You should maybe, yes. So you get this document here, and then you sign it, and you have witnesses that sign it, that you are legally married. So what? So what does this mean? I've got this piece of paper. I am married. What does that mean now for me?
Protection under law.
Protection under law from what? What am I protected from? Hypothetically.
Rights or some.
I have some rights. I have some haqq hai mere ko, thodi haqq hai. I've got some rights. This paper says I have some rights. What else does this paper potentially do for me? So I've got a legally binding document. What else can it do for me? Anything?
Tax breaks.
Tax breaks, absolutely. That's something that is beneficial. So we are a couple now, this imaginary person I'm married to. So we can benefit from tax breaks as a married couple. Anything else? Anything else this piece of paper allows me? No? Yes? What about when things go wrong, maybe? What does it?
Just gives stability to both parties in that sense of whether it's financial or it's in a sense of like abuse or stuff like that as well. So it's just, I think it's just a legal document just to prove that you are in a relationship with someone.
Nailed it. This is proof that me and him are in a relationship. He is committed to me. I've got the piece of paper. I've got the piece of paper. It means I can benefit from different tax reliefs and different offers as a couple. I can have a shared income and enjoy the benefits of that. It means that hopefully he's going to protect me because the paper says he has to. It says he has to, right? Now, if you look at other faiths, you can look at Judaism, you can look at Christianity, you can look at Hinduism, do they have this piece of paper? Just put your hands up and just give me your vichar. There's no wrong answer. Just, you can say no, you can say yes, whatever. Benji, what do you think?
Sorry, what?
Do other faiths go down the legal marriage route? Do all faiths? Somebody said no. Anybody say no?
To an extent, because obviously we live in a westernized world where to be legally married you have to sign certain documentations. If you go to other parts of the world, depending on what their rules and regulations are, they might not necessarily need to sign a piece of paper because we might say, well, you're in front of a grandee or an imam or whoever it may be, where they see that's the WhyGuru has seen it, nobody else is higher than that in that sense. So it's just legally, in legal terms, to sign papers, really.
Anybody else over here? Somebody was saying about to say something here. Hanji? Yeah?
Okay.
Okay, so in this country, the only legally recognised marriages are, in the Church of England, marriages, the legal bit is there. For the rest of us, we have to get legally married as well. And there's been issues, particularly in like Islam, but also Sikhi as well, where people have thought that their religious ceremony is legally binding. And then when the marriage has failed, usually the woman's been, she's suffered because she's put all of her resources into this and not worked, and not a separate bank account, whatever, and the guy's been able to walk away with most of it.
So Benji just alluded that very accurately, so I'm not going to repeat what she said. But not all faiths, and that's the thing here, not all faiths have this legal binding document. There's many reasons for it. That their dharam is superior, they don't need this binding document, they get that. But actually, it works in their favour to not be legally bound together, because then they can be free to do other things, like have a second wife or a third wife, or possibly claim benefits as a single mum. It's more beneficial for me to be single, but everybody knows we're married together and we're going to be together. So there's many different reasons why this piece of paper, it can be beneficial and it can't be. But the thing that I'm trying to get to is not all faiths have this piece of paper, Hannah. So this piece of paper, there's nothing negative. I'm not trying to be negative on it. But in Sikhi, does this carry any weight in Sikhi? In the Guru's eyes, this piece of paper, does it? What is important? I'm not going to ask you that now, but just think about it. This is a legal document and it protects us, and it genuinely protects us and helps us and so on. But that's not the kind of marriage Guru Sahib and Sikhi talks about. So when you look at other faiths, there has to be some recognition. There has to be something that can confirm that we are married. There has to be something. Otherwise, it gets a bit of a messy society. This, my daughter is married. That is my son-in-law. That is my daughter-in-law. So you've got different dharms and they do different things. So again, there's different icons you can get. In the Hindu dharm, what do they do? So you've got a husband and wife. I'm not asking about the marriage ceremony, but what's the thing they've got that clearly says, "Edi karwaliya," "Eda karwala," possibly. A sindoor, what's that? The red bit up here, right? They have the sindoor. Anything else do they have? Among us, I wear this necklace because I'm married, right? Anything else? A jura shows I'm newly married. But that's how lag jaye. Look, guys, hands off, got jura on, married. There we go. Bindi's there as well, right? And the guy sometimes has a sindoor as well and whatnot. So that's their stamp. Stamp. You are mine. I've married you. You're mine. ठीक है, फिक्र ना करो, ब्याही हुआ, right? And you've got different other traditions that you've got that other dharms do. So you have the Islamic wedding where it's done, and you have the chadar and the vows made in front of the public, and the imam, very, very special person. He's going to say, this is done. This is now Allah Kabul it. You are now married. And then you have, obviously, the clergy. You go before them, and then everybody's witnessed it, and that's in the presence of God. You are now married. You are husband and wife. The one that gets me is this. What's this? What's this? Possibly.
Wedding ring.
It's a wedding ring. Well, what does that mean? What's a wedding ring? What does that mean? And which finger do I put it on? And what's the point? Benji here. It's a wedding ring. What is it?
You put it on when you've got married to someone or you're about to get married to someone.
Okay, so I put it on when I'm about to marry somebody. So what? So what? It's a ring. So what? I might put one on my nose. But what does this actually mean? What's the deeper kind of connotations about this? What does it? Bound by it, possibly, yeah? Anybody at the back? VG, right at the back? What do you think? Anything else about this ring?
Just unites both of them.
Huh?
Because there's a ring in it, so it just that's one.
So, no, that is a very valid point. It's a circular shape. So it's supposed to say something on the lines of,
I've spent this money on you, you're mine now.
yeah, but it's also something a bit more. My love is endless, eternal, forever and ever. I love you forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And then let's put a little gem at the top. What does that supposed to mean? The gem at the top, potentially. Vijay here, you're nodding like, oh God.
It's just a tradition.
It's just a tradition. Is it? What does it mean?
I don't know what it means, but they never always used to wear like diamond rings. It was just the people that make diamonds made a little campaign.
100%. You got it. So this is a ring, and if you look at the history of the ring, anybody can Google it, obviously. Google बहुत बढ़िया है ना, तो सारा कुछ बहुत पता लग जाता है, right? So where does a ring start? It doesn't start anywhere. The pharaohs decided to have a ring because they had royalty, and they can shingar their body, adorn their body, put things on their body. I've got money. Look at my ring. It was only a ring, it was only a gold band. That's all they managed to do first back in the day. They managed to melt the gold, make it into a band. Wow, this is engineering. Wow. I'm going to put it on my finger. And baki dekhte hai ki main bhi pauni hai, par kaate pawa, kidna pawa. So you see it creeping in. And then it's interesting when you look at the journey of the ring, where does it end up and how does it come up? It wasn't in Asia. It was there obviously in Egypt and stuff, and then the Med people started getting it. But it starts arriving into the Christian faith. Why did it start coming into the Christian faith, this band? What was happening? Why would they suddenly need a band? It's a gold band, that's what they had. Fiji just there with the patka, orange patka, what do you think?
Maybe when Jesus was doing Parchar around the Middle East, then...
Nothing to do with Jesus. Good try. Hanji. To show people. So something about showing people. So what happened was, and again, man di galya. Your man has panj vikar, has 5 evils that corrupt your mind. And the Christians know better. Everybody has these. So we've got, I'm just going to use my beautiful doll here, and it's a bit bold, but chalo, never mind. I am married. She is mine. Akaband galo, hands off. Too late, mate. She's taken. She's married. And the way you're going to know it, I'll put a ring on her. Right? But ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਆ ਹਨਾ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਢੀਠ ਹੱਠੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ oh God, I'm married, I'm wearing a ring. They were shaitan and they still played outside of the playground. So the men had to wear a ring as well, so that the Bibiyan could know he's engaged, he's spoken for, hands off, he's taken. So I worked in a school. It was a foundation school, and I worked at the boys' school. That's just the way I am. I prefer to work. I can work with the boys. They're just straightforward, gaming, everything's really simple. And my husband worked with the girls who moan and groan and have, oh my God, so many issues, but they just complain. Anyway, so one of the things that we had, and we were like two opposite ends of the campus. The boys were genuinely concerned, and the girls were very concerned. I'm Mrs. Kaur, so I'm married, I'm Mrs. Kaur. He is Mr. Singh. But they can't work out if we're married. Why can't they work out if we're married? Last name is different, and what else?
Mr. is whether you're single or not.
Now I'm a Mrs. Benji at the back. Why couldn't they not work out I was married? What did I not wear? Ring. So they were a bit like, is that her brother? Is that somebody else? They're getting a bit confused here. And it was really funny. It was really, really funny. So we had to say, well, we are husband and wife. Don't panic. But miss, you don't wear a ring. And I said to him, he doesn't own me. I don't own him, and he doesn't own me. And this concept was so profound. And most of it was Gore, obviously, and as an independent school, I was taught her. And this was where, so you're married, but you don't wear a ring. No, I don't wear a ring. But you didn't take his name either. Why is that then? Because I have my name. I have my name. Guru's given me my name. And we'll come into that journey a little bit more as to what I said more to them. But when you talk about Sikhi to non-Sikhs, they get blown away. They are like, wow, this religion's just amazing. And it is. It really, really is. We have trivialized it somewhat, and that's what hopefully we're just going to try to unpack. So this ring, and it's still prevalent today. And the diamond, it's interesting, I looked at the diamond. 1953, Marilyn Monroe, she puts the headline out there because she's been sponsored by the Cartiers and the jewelers, and she puts out, she coined, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. So this is Western influences telling us, I need a diamond ring. He's telling me I need a diamond ring. If he loves me, he's going to give me a diamond ring. If he loves me, he's going to buy me a diamond. And you know, if he loves me a lot, the diamond's going to be big. It's going to be very, very big. It's not, that's what westernized influences do to us. It tells us things and makes us believe things. So in Sikhi, now we've got to understand Sikhi, but if we want to understand marriage, we kind of have to understand Sikhi. So, and I'm guessing you kind of know this. What's the whole point? Guru Sahib could have made you a Jewish person. Guru Sahib could have made you a Muslim and married you, brought you into a Muslim household. Guru Sahib could have blessed you into a Hindu household. You were specially chosen to be born as a Sikh. What does Sikhi say about the point? Why are you here? What's the whole point in you being here? What's the reason? Why are you here? Safanji there? Why are you here? On this whole earth at this point? Huh? To be on the path of Guru. So just build that a bit more. So Benji here with the picture say that we're on the path of Guru. So I'm going to subtly maneuver into this book I've got here, because it's a very, very good book. It's just here. So why are you here? So and you do it in Reras every single night in the evening. We do it in the Reras part. We remind ourselves, Kate ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਆ, ਕੀ ਕਰਨ ਆਏ ਆ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਹ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਜਨਮ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ, ਕਾਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ? Connect to God? Seva Simran? So we're on a journey, and eventually what the goal is, we want to, somebody's murmuring, I can't hear you guys. Merge with WhyGuru. We're the only faith that says, Jeende, you can meet WhyGuru. You don't have to die to go to heaven. We're the only faith that says, in this life, as you're living your life, you can meet WhyGuru. So where's WhyGuru then? Where is WhyGuru? Viji, where do you think WhyGuru is?
Within.
Within. So it's inside you, right? Is it inside me as well? Yeah. Is it inside everybody? So WhyGuru is inside us. And Sikhi says the whole point of you being here is to find WhyGuru. Is find and meet WhyGuru. Then what happens? So I'm going to meet WhyGuru. What happens then? What is it? Is it I'm going to get like a lottery, £1 million in my bank? What happens if I find WhyGuru? What's going to happen to me? Do I have 6 eyes and 4 noses? What happens when I find WhyGuru?
Inner peace.
Inner peace. So just describe that to me if you can.
The feeling of not feeling more empty or being more fulfilled, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
Kind of accomplished what you needed.
You're total at peace. You're in said. There is no bajra. There's no run. Your mind is not running. It's still, and you are one. You are one. You see with a different set of eyes. You hear a different. Your sounds you're going to hear is different. Inside you is going to be this like absolutely incredible, amazing experiences you're going to experience. Because WhyGuru is inside you. And that Jyot is going to join, and you're going to experience things and bless, and you can't utter it. If you ask Mahapurukhs who have had darshan of WhyGuru, they go, there's no words I can use to describe what it feels like. I can't explain the sounds I hear. I can't explain the amrit that's coming, the taste I feel. I can't explain what happens to me. That's what it's like. When you find WhyGuru, that's what it's like. You are absolutely awestruck, that is the word. So we're on a journey. So we do Rerasta part, those of you do Rerasta part. Which Bhakti am I referring to? You're here, you've got this Manak Dehi. You've got this human form. You're really lucky to get this human form. And you're doubly lucky to be in a Sikh household. You've got Sikhi. You've got Sikhi. Now you're on to the next journey. So what's the next journey? Is you've got to go within. So WhyGuru, this is my lovely object here. So WhyGuru is inside us, right? So as we go on this journey of finding WhyGuru, because we might be a bit dirty, so we start this journey by making lots of mistakes. And not not deliberately, but we make dirty. So we're a bit mad, we're a bit dirty. And as we progress, what are we supposed to become like? As we try to find WhyGuru, what's supposed to happen to individuals? What's the transformation that's supposed to happen to you? Do you stay evil? Do you have evil? What happens to you as you start this journey?
Purify.
Huh?
Purify a little bit more.
You get a bit more pure. So your actions, your body become more godlike. Not because you're God, because you're looking at God. So the light inside you shines more. And anybody that comes near you, they feel a bit of warmth. You're so humble. And the light inside you shines more and more. Because WhyGuru is inside you. And the more Devi Gun you get, the more Gun you put inside yourself, the virtues you put inside you, the more that light shines brighter. That's the whole point, that we're going to meet WhyGuru. WhyGuru is inside us. So that's why we are here. And that's what, potentially, I mean, I don't know, the murk that I am, what it feels like, but that's what Mahapurukhs say. When you meet WhyGuru, it feels like this. So that's the journey that we're on, right? Now, we have 4 sanskar. This is the journey of Sikhi. So I've already said you're blessed to be born in Sikhi. So you were born, the first sanskar is what? So when this is what, my props come in handy. So you were born, what's the first sanskar you have? What's the first ceremony that you allegedly have? You may or not have, I don't know. Hanji? The naming ceremony. So penjo the ki hunda ya? So na rakhne vele ki karte apa? So the third question behind you? No, third piche. So what's the expectation? Na rakhne ki vichar hundi hai na rakhan lage?
You mean like go to the Gurdwara?
Go to the Gurdwara and get a blessing. And then, anything else? How were you named?
You don't get a letter, don't you?
You get a letter. You get a hukamnama, a blessing from Guru Sahib, and Guru Sahib tells you this is the letter that you're going to get. So, Benji, what letter did you get? She got a sister. She's blessed by Guru Sahib with a sister. I hope you're blessed by it, because I have no idea. But anyway, so that was the Janam Sanskar. That's your Janam Sanskar, and you're given Amrit. So ideally, you know, Guru Sikhs will do this at the hospital, because when the baby is born, you want the first darshan in the account to be Amrit Jal, the first taste to be Amrit Jal, and the sound to be Simran and Mool Mantar and so on. That's what we ideally want, but that's not always possible. So you go to the Gurdwara and you take the blessing and so on. Now, do you remember your Janam Sanskar? Did you decide what to wear for your Janam Sanskar? Were you excited about it? No. Why? Why were you not excited about it?
I wasn't really conscious.
Exactly. You didn't know about the Janam Sanskar. You had no control over it. So it happened, yeah, you got your name, went to school and you wrote down Sandeep and that was it. That's all you know. That's fine. And then came, what comes after that then? What comes after Janam Sanskar? So that's when you were born and Guru Sahib blessed you with a name, possibly gave you some Amrit Jal. Then what was the next ceremony that you were, the path, the journey was supposed to be? What's next? What was it supposed to be?
Birthday?
Huh?
First birthday?
No. No, we've got 4 ceremonies in your life in Sikhi. So the first one was your Janam Sanskar, where you were named. The second time, equally, if not more powerfully, what was the next one going to be? The Amrit Sanjar. What happens then? What's that about, Benji? When you take Amrit, right? Absolutely. So I'm going to ask the Benjis at the back. So I don't know if you're on Amritari, I apologize if you're not. Are you control of when that happens, potentially, of Amrit, when you're going to take Amrit? Yeah. Are you excited about it? Yeah. Are you building up for it? Yeah. Are you preparing for it? Are you really excited for it? Like, oh my God. You're in control. This happens to you. You decide this. Nobody says, right, Jalpat, Amrit Shakanaya. You decide this. I'm ready now. You have a thirst for it. You have a pining inside you. It builds up like, I'm ready for Amrit. I want to take Amrit. I want to join the Khalsa Fauj. I want to join the Khalsa family. And you get really excited about it. And then you look out for when the Amrit Sanjar is going to happen. You find that you got this jar for it. You're doing Ardas for it. What else are you doing? So you do Ardas for Amrit. And what else are you doing potentially for yourself? Because you know you want to have Amrit. What might you be doing for yourself then? What does that look like then? 100%. And
doing your
Bani and red. So you're not eating meat, you're giving up that, you're giving up the vices, keeping your gaze, Ishna, all that in the company you keep. You're doing all of this because you got Jah. You can take Amrit, Then Amrit comes. And Guru Sahib blesses you with Amrit. And Guru Sahib's good, but even that's an anxiety in itself because you can build up for it and then you can go before the Panj Bar and they could say, Putt, Haji Thorja whole practice karke aa. They might tell you that, but so you're like, am I going to get it? Am I going to get it? Oh, please. And you have all of this, and your heart's pumping, and you're very nervous. You go before the Panj, your hands are clammy, everything is nervous. That's your Amrit Sanjar ceremony. So what's the next one then after that? So that's number 2. And what's the third one? Anand Karaj. This is your Anand Karaj. We'll come back to that one. And then what's number 4? And are you excited about that one? Do you know about that one? Can you plan it? Can you decide what you're wearing? Can you decide who's going to be there? What they're going to wear? You have no control. So there's 2 there. I forget my golden. No, it's not going to reflect on there. The Janam Sanskar, you have no control over. Guru Sahib decided when you're going to come, and your parents basically decided everything else. Your Antam Sanskar, Guru Sahib wrote that date when you came, that this is when you're going to expire. You have no control of that, and you're not supposed to take control of that. And again, your family is going to decide where that's going to happen, how you're going to be cremated, unless, of course, you've discussed it and so on. So the Amrit Sanskar and the Anand Karaj, they're in your hands. Now, what happens is we get very, very excited, those of you who take Amrit, really, really excited about Amrit. And I'm just going to follow this journey for a second, and then we'll come back to what reality is like in a minute. So we get excited about our Amrit Sanjar. Those of you who've been on the path of Amrit, we genuinely thirst for Amrit. So when it comes to our Anand Karaj, we are now at that next stage. So we've taken Amrit, and the Anand Karaj is the next thing that Guru Sahib is for us. So in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's 52 Hukams, he has told us, all of us, told me as an Amritari, and told all the moms and dads, I need to marry a Sikh. Have to marry a Sikh. That's 52 Hukams. If I've taken Amrit, then I need to marry an Amritari. So I already know there's one condition I have to find for my husband. He has to be Amritari, right? So what gets really interesting is as an Amritari wedding, this is how this is the vision for Guru Sahib. What's the most special point of the day in Guruji's eyes? What's the most special point of the day in Guruji's eyes? Is it at 10 o'clock at night, Benji in the green chunni? Is it 10 o'clock at night? No. What time do you think? Sorry? 12 p.m., so 11 o'clock in the morning? May, what do you think? No. What time of the day is Amrit Vela? What time is that then? 5 to 6. Anybody else? 12 to 6. Anybody else? So there's something just to. I'm just going to share this. This is from Gyani Pindapal Singh Ji's Katha. I love his Katha. And he says, you know when you've got a doctor's appointment, you've got a doctor's appointment, Hegi, so Benji here, I'm going to pick on you, right? Your doctor's appointment is at 4 p.m. If you go at 3 p.m., is the doctor going to see you? If you go at 6 p.m., is the doctor going to see you? He's going to see you at what time? 4 p.m. That's your appointment. Guruji says, I'm sitting, I'm waiting for you. I really want to see you. I really want to spend some time with you. I really want to jump down with you. I want to meditate with you. I'm going to be here between what hours? Vijay at the end. At the end.
3 to 6.
3 to 6 maybe, and Benji at the back maybe. What do you think? 3 to 6? Anything more?
I'm going to say any time of the day.
Anytime? Okay. Vijay at the back, what do you think? The same, anytime.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. So Guru Sikhs have their own ret. So this is your own relationship with Guru Sahib. But Amrit Vela can be anything past 12 a.m. The quietest point when ji jaan the sare song gaya. You know, 1 baje le lo, 2 baje le lo, 3 baje le lo, 4 baje. And then at 5, people start waking up. 6 o'clock, people start going to work. Guru Sahib says, I am awake waiting for you, Amrit Vela. Ajo. Come, let's sit down, let's jump now. So, when did Guru Gobind Singh Ji get married? What time? Benji in the black chunni. What do you think? 12 o'clock at night? 6 o'clock in the evening? At Amrit Vela. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji gets married at Amrit Vela. So if you know Guru Gobind Singh Ji got married at Amrit Vela, you can pretty much look back and think Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, Guru Har Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, and so on, would most likely have got married at Amrit Vela, the most special time. So Guru Sikhs, are they going to be bothered about what their chunni looks at that time? And are they going to be bothered about making a grand entrance? No. They just want to be seated near Guru. This is a light. Guru is there. They have got so much jar to get there. So they get there nice and early. So these are my little props here. So you can choose which is the guy, which is the girl. I can kind of lead. So they are eager to get there. Okay, so they're going to be there as soon as they can. The kapre, whatever. Panjakagad, that's what we need. We need to have a bana on, sadda bana, because Guru Sahib has to be the most auspiciously dressed, ordained, covered in flowers, the most special we can make him, because Guru means everything to us. So Guru is there. So when we take out Anand Karaj as Amritaris, Guru is the center. Guru, that's it. The tension is not on me, it's not on me, it's on Guru Sahib. Because the Anand Karaj, this isn't this. It's not illegal, but I'm not, this doesn't mean anything. My Guru means everything to me. So we're putting him at the center. So Gurbani says, and Sikhi says, that actually, you're actually half a person. You're half a person. And together we become a whole person. You know that ring? You make me whole. Gonna make you, give you a ring. You make me whole. That's the kind of inscriptions you have. You complete me. That's what we put in our inscriptions for we give this out. And that's what they do. Guru Sahib says, you complete each other. Okay, so you two now, you're let's say half, and then you're completed as one. You both are the bride. So now you're one, you are the bride. So who's the husband then? Who's the husband in this then? So, Vijay at the back of the glasses. Maharaj. So we are the brides, the husband and wife are the bride, and we're going to get married. So when we go around, this vow isn't, I will love you forever and ever. I promise in sickness and in health, and I promise, and it's not like that. It's not like that at all. These vows that we're going to take are not like that at all. So the idea is that you were given this Sikhiya when you were born. You were told by your parents that you had this Janam Sanskar, Janam Sanskar letter, we named you Sandeep or whatever we named you, and then you're building that child up to one day take Amrit. That's the idea, that you're building up. So at the age of 8 years old, the kid knows the Nitnem and goes to the Gurdwara, knows about Seva, is very kind, virtues are building up, and when they're of marriage age, you're getting them ready for the Anand Karaj. This is what happens in the Anand Karaj. So then in that life journey for that Guru Sikh then, Guru is at the centre. Every bit of turbulence, any bit of stormy weather, go to the Guru. Guru is their guidance, Guru is their husband, Guru is everything. And they have a purpose. The purpose is to get that light inside them brighter to merge with WhyGuru. Guru Sahib's Kirpa, that's how they beat their life. And then their Antam Sanskar happens, and hopefully it's been a very fruitful life. So the problem is, well, you tell me what the problem is here. So this is for a family or an individual who's had Sikhi in their life. And then if you look at what's actually happening in our life today, what have we reduced the Anand Karaj to? What?
Completely wrong time.
Sorry?
Is that a wrong time?
Is that the wrong time? So we've done the wrong time, is that it?
Done the wrong way.
What do you mean by the wrong way?
The way people dress,
Yeah?
how fancy it is.
So
They don't want Guruji coming to the wedding because they're not even having good longer. They're having parties afterwards with food.
So we're going to take Guruji out of the equation, because it's like this. I've got a khanda on my arm. I wear a tattoo. I've got a khanda in my car. I'm a Sikh. My name is Singh and my name is Kaur. That's it. So Guru is like a second thought, right? A second thought. The priority is my lenga, yeah? My lenga's got to look sick, yeah? It's got to look really good. And the cameraman has to catch it all, right? Because that's really, really important.
I've got to make TikToks as well.
And I've got to make TikToks as well, you know? All of that things I've got to do. So when I rock up, and I'm really sorry if you decide to wear red or, you know, look like this, but I'm just going to put it here, right? So it's all about how it looks on, as Benji just said, TikTok or Instagram or whatever you're going to put it, right? And even then, throughout the marriage time, you'll see it. Next time you go to a wedding, you'll see it. Make sure my junni's like this, make sure my junni's like that, make sure, yeah, tell me about this and tell me about that. The dhyan, is it on Maharaj? No. The man, is it on Maharaj? No. Maharaj is like, yeah, something, you know, we've got to go around it. And so we've gone so far away from what the marriage is. What has it become? Formality or fashion or event or the kava or... Okay, well, let's talk words first, okay? And it's become with an R, something... It's become a ritual. Benji?
There is a worldly element to marriage though, including in Sikhi, right? Just like with the rest of Sikhi as well, we know what the core of Sikhi is, but because we're in the world, there are worldly aspects they're going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying your focus should be on your lenga, but there is going to be that element of, you know, a Parvar is, well, traditionally a Parvar is going to give their daughter away, so there's like a worldly aspect there. And you are going to wear something. Even wearing barna, if you don't wear barna every day, you're still going to wear barna at your Anand Karaj because it's a sanskar.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So there's still, but that's still worldly because Sikhi has that.
100%. But my vichar here is to your man.
Yeah.
Your man, you can wear the most blingy outfit. That's absolutely fine. But if your man is in the charan of Guru Sahib, it's just irrelevant that your man is there. Yeah, I'm wearing a nice heavy outfit. It's fine. I've got my Prada, Chanel shoes and outside. It's all good. It's all fine. But my man is on Guru's charan. The whole thing is all about, this is what I'm going in for. I know what this is about. This commitment I'm making. Hanji?
Sorry, James, are you saying then that even even if that linga was a bana, it's the same concept.
Not quite the same. What I'm saying is that there's like an ideal for, well, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that when this manifests in real life, there is going to be an element of that worldly stuff, and it's not necessarily wrong as long as Guru Sahib's a focus. So like if let's say I have a bit of a diamond suit because it's my parents' cushy and they want me to look
Yeah.
But then if my lenga is like tripping me up because I only considered it with heels, and didn't consider that I was going to
go on, that's right.
without shoes, and that I'm going to matadig. I just went to a wedding, right, and the bride didn't matadig. It was horrific.
Yeah.
She then matadig for the lama. It's like, yeah, but it was bad, right? So what I'm saying is that's wrong.
But Benji, she's right. So we're not saying that you suddenly have to be. We're not talking monotone. We're not trying to say that. So but remember what the whole ceremony is about. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about this union that's going to take place and the blessings that Guru Sahib is going to give you only if your mind is there. Otherwise, if you make Maharaj small and make him, then the blessing you're going to get is going to be felt like that. This union, this Anand Karaj is Anand. What does the word Anand mean? Bliss. It's a ceremony of bliss. And everybody sitting in the Sangat, in the congregation, should be feeling a sense of bliss. Are you going to feel bliss at 1 o'clock in the afternoon when you're waiting for your food? The blissful time is when everything is quiet and you feel the vibrations, and that's at Amrit Vela. When you do Kirtan at Amrit Vela, when you do Asadivada Kirtan, the vibrations then are something else. Because one thing you had to do was make an effort. And there's this sense of effort that's been put in. It's like, when somebody makes you a cake, they've made the cake and they've never made cake for you. Does that cake taste more special than if you just bought it from the cake shop? It's different. It hits differently. If you got up to catch a flight to Dubai, that's different. But you got up to be with Guru. There's a different energy you feel. It's really, really powerful. And if everybody in the congregation made that effort to get there for Amrit Vela, that Anand Karaj is going to be a blissful Karaj, because the energy in that space is going to be phenomenal. Now we talk about energies. I'm from a STEM background. Now this word energy is now coming out a lot in our conversations. And I'm just going to articulate it a little bit more. You know how certain people make you feel. You know when you're in their company, they drain you. It's always negative. It's always about her. It's always about him. Always whinge. There's energy. And you know how you feel when you're in the company of certain energies, and it feels really good. The Babaji was so nice, that Bibi at the God, you feel something. So we all have energy, we all carry vibrations. The child, a baby child, will pick up vibrations faster. You'll notice it. That kid does not want to go to the auntie or uncle or something like that, because the kid has a clean man. So we all carry vibrations. So the Anand Karaj, if we do it at Amrit Vela, Guru Sahib is saying, ਉਹ ਆਨੰਦ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਾਕੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਨੇ ਉਪਰਾਲਾ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਐਫਰਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਆ ਸੁੱਚੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਮਨ ਸੁੱਚਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਏ and they're sitting. Why are they sitting there? Because each one of these people in the Sangat, and this was going to be my Sangat people, were here all to bless the couple. They want this union to be blessed. They want this husband and wife to meet that goal of meeting WhyGuru. They're all collectively praying together that these two will meet WhyGuru. That's the whole point. Now, if you come to this analogy here, where Guru Sahib is now reduced to, we've got to go around, we've got to go to that bit, but the exciting bit is going to be the pictures that we take in the park afterwards, then the energy is different. It's different. It becomes a ritual that you have to do. Then no thought is given. And if I allude to the kind of stuff I've seen, and I could write a book about it, I've had the groom hold the kirpan upside down, almost the blade coming out. I've had they're going the wrong way. I've had them half sitting and standing, not knowing what to do. It's hilarious. It's quite hilarious. But this comes back to our upbringing, which I'm trying to tell you. Now, you're here. You're blessed to be here. ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਫਰਜ਼ ਬਣਦੇ ਆ. That if you don't educate your kids tomorrow, your siblings, your nephews and nieces, how are they going to know? They will just have what they've always seen. You'll do what you've always done and nothing will change. We're in a place now, Generation Z, you can make changes, right? So the Anand ceremony is really special. So when does the Anand Karaj actually, when was it formalized in our Sikh history? When does it actually get formalized into this Karaj, this ceremony as such? Any thoughts? Guru Amdas Ji, Amar Ji? Amar Das Ji, which is our second or third? Third Guru, right? So what we have Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and if you look at Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Sahib, and I mean, I do a lot of young camps, and I'm kind of saying, he didn't settle for any Mickey Mouse stuff. He really didn't. He didn't put a Janu on because he's a Brahmin. You explain to him what the Janu is, don't like him, not doing it. He didn't throw water in Hardwar to water his fields, not doing it. He didn't put his feet toward Makkah, not doing it, because Rabb is everywhere. He questioned everything. So all these rituals that were happening in society, he questioned it all, and he just, got rid of it. Sati, got rid of it. You don't have to die if your husband's dead. You don't have to go and jump on the fire. No, why are you hiding your face for? He embraced us. He gave us equality. He said, you're perfect. Women are perfect. You are absolutely beautiful. You're perfect. In fact, you are so perfect. And if you then look at what the Guru Sahibs do after that, they give us a lot of empowerment. This Anand Karaj is different to every single marriage there is out there. Every single marriage. We are going around Guru Sahib together. Guru Sahib is on our right side together. And Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, Tan Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj says, actually, the Bibi is so special. She is the consciousness of man. The consciousness always kicks in when you're doing something. So you're about to do something wrong, cut something, text somebody, do something wrong, your consciousness kicks in. Second, you are behind the thing. You are the power behind everything. You make everything happen. If you look at your houses, Ghar de vich, jiri istriya, the Bibi, she has the power. I swear to God, she has the power. If you don't do what she says, there's no roti tonight, no roti tomorrow, house is going to be rubbish, your laundry ain't going to be done, you fall in line. You fall in line very quickly. The guy will fall in line because he wants his chips and beans and whatnot. She has the power. She is the leader. She does the accounts. She will decide if you're buying that North Face jacket or not. Sorry, it's just the way it goes. You might paddy up to your dad, but your mum, she owns the accounts. The woman is very, very strong. So Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj has a daughter. What's his daughter's name? And what's the name of Guru Ram Das Ji's wife? What's the name of Guru Arjan Dev Ji's mum? I'm going to ask somebody I've not asked. So let's have a look. Benji in the white chunni. Totally random question. You probably won't know, but you know you're not going to forget this. Any ideas? No? Benji here? Bibi Pani Ji. So Bibi, jumped onto that one. So Bibi Pani Ji is one of the most remarkable Bibi in our Sikh faith. She has the blessing of not only being the daughter of a Guru, she is the wife of a Guru, and she is the mother of a Guru. So she has 3 boons. She has 3 blessings, and she has a lot of issues that she has to face. I'm going to just wrap this up. I didn't realize the time was going on so much. Sorry. So she has the blessing. And then we look at Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj of how he chooses his son-in-law. So Guru Ram Das Ji is an orphan. So he's selling, I don't have to describe kunguriyan, hai na? Huh? What Uncle Ji said. Yeah, so there you go. Hai na? He's selling that to earn his keep. He's an orphan, which means there is nobody else. He is alone. He doesn't have a wardrobe. He probably just has do kapde. No wealth to his name. So Guru Amar Das Ji shows us var kiddan labna. He sees that Guru Ram Das Ji is full of humility. His bully is so sweet. He's such a virtuous guy. He gives everything just for the betterment of other people. You need something, I'm going to give it to you. You need help, I'll be there. He is loyal, he is responsible, he is kind. All those virtues that make a person special, he has them all. Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj does not check what car he's got, where he's living, how much is in the bank. He's not checking his looks, how tall is he, how sona hai, akhan kidan hai, nak kidan hai, nothing. He's just looking at virtues. So what happens is Bibi Pani Ji, obviously dad says you're going to get married because Sata Bachan, and she is a remarkable Bibi. So then they get married. They get married at Amritwala, as we've now established. So they got married. What does Bhai Jetha Ji, Guru Ram Das Ji Maharaj, do straight away after his Anand Karaj? So Das ho gaya, let's say the blessing's been given. What does he do then? Straight away. Does he go clubbing? Does he go partying? VG here, authentic top.
Absolutely no idea.
What do you think he might do then?
Settle back to family life, I'd say. Carry on.
Possibly VG at the back with the patka? What do you think he does?
I don't know.
A guess?
The same.
The same, which is?
He goes back to his family life, normal.
He doesn't have a family.
Seva.
Goes back to seva. That's all he's doing. So his kapde are wow. He's probably, made an effort for the wedding because he's marrying a guru's daughter. But then as soon as the wedding happens, it's like, right, let's go back into the kitchen and serve the langar. His newly bride, she's not going home to a fancy, lovely house and, smoke guns flaring and all kinds of stuff. No, she's going straight into the kitchen. You can tell what she's wearing. She's not wearing heavy outfits. She's going to do one day, and that's what they do. They go straight into seva. Straight into seva, and that's it. His janj, 5 people, that's it. His nearest and dearest, that's it. It's very simple. And Guru Sahib is teaching us here, because you want to get blessings, it's about serving the Sangat. So now when we look at this vichar here, so in Guru Sikhi we have 2 people. So 2 people coming together. Let's turn their shakla around. So here are 2 people. So one person is a Sikh. So you are all a Sikh. 2 people sitting together, what do they become, Benji?
2 souls become one.
No. 2 people in Sangat. 2 become Sangat. Right? So then husband and wife, 2 people are Sangat. Sangat in Gurbani, if you just Google it from Sikhi to the max, this multitude of Shabads. Sangat is powerful. Sangat is a company you keep. They inspire you. So if this one's like faltering, I don't want to get up today, she'll say, no, we're going to get up. She's saying, actually, I don't want to do this today. I don't feel like. He'll say, no, we'll do this. They bounce off each other. Sangat carries you in life. Right, that's Sangat. So when the kids come along, right, these are my props here. So the kids come along, and you've had 3 kids. Now you're 5. So those Sangat, what does Panj become? Panj Parameswar. So what does that mean? So if these kids now, obviously we're thinking that we're religious, if they start doing praying, so they're little kids and they start doing meditation and they start doing bhakti, then you've got Paramatma here. So when we talk about this light here, Panji Parameshwar, so those Sadh Sangat, Panji Parameshwar, Guru Sahib says, WhyGuru is there. So the whole idea of Anand Karaj is to create this environment. Is to create this environment where Parameswar Vasdaya. Your kids do bhakti, you do bhakti, and that's the Sangat. So I'm going to rush through because I'm really conscious of time. I do apologize. So when we look at Indian traditions, the spirituality in India, there's loads of different ways to get spirituality. And if you summarize it, it's something on the lines of Parviti in simple form as you got Parviti, which is the family life, and Nirviti, where you renounce it. I'm going to become a sadh. I'm going to just forget all of this. Purvangi, Guru Sahib says, is in Grihasti Jivan. So Grihasti is the fastest way to meet WhyGuru. So you should now be able to tell me why. So Grihasti, being married, that makes you Grihasti, is the fastest way to meet WhyGuru. Fiji, why? Just based on what I've said. You're by yourself, Biri nomads.
Because you've got a partner you're sharing together.
And you become Sangat. Sangat. So Guru says, Guru mere sang sada hai nare. And in that Shabad, he said, Guru's with me. He says, Sangi Sati Sagalata. It's the Sangi Sati. Your Sangi Sati are going to carry you across the ocean of fire and stuff like that. This is your Sangi Sati, if you do it properly, right? So anyway, so that's really important to note, that that's how we're going to meet WhyGuru. So the purpose of marriage is not just a relationship with one another. It's about this blissful journey to Anand, to bliss, to absolute bliss. The problem is we get confused a little bit about what happens along the way. So one of the things I forgot to mention was Guru Amar Das Ji also gave Guru Bibi Pani Ji 3 bal, the babbe. So the first one was Pana, and this is for everybody. So in a marriage, if you live in Pana, in living Guru's hukam, so what happened? Or the Pana chi hoya. So today, on Sunday, I was at the Wallace collection and my car got robbed. Chalo, every Pana ya, Guru da Pana ya. You guys voted for the streaming. Every Pana ya, manna pehna hai. To just accept it, not to fight it, accept it. Chalo ho gaya, right? And Maharaj said to Bibi Panaji, Pulli kaade kar, pulli kaade, hai na? As husband and wife, we're going to make mistakes. And sometimes she's going to make a mistake. Pulli kaade. Sometimes he's going to make mistakes. Pulli kaade. In life, people make mistakes. Forgiveness is a huge virtue, and it's not easy to do. To really forgive somebody, really hard. And the last one, Guru Sahib said, he goes, always when you're doing something, think about bala. So when you do something, it's bala hai gaya. So I've come all the way down here from Leicester. Is there some bala? I'm hoping there is, because you're going to take some of the books. But anyway, but bala, what are you doing for the world? What bala are you doing? You're here to make a difference. You're going to meet WhyGuru, but na pa bala kana. And that comes to chardikla. Nanak naam chardikla. This is bala, when you do bala, right? So that's another thing Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj said. And the reality is, if you look at what reality is, we don't do that. The reality is, we now, when we get to age, so we didn't know about our name, we get a bit older, now we've got to go and find a match. We've been told, got to find a match. So we go out and we start going to places. We start going to Tinder. We start going and finding these people. The problem with that, and sometimes it works out, don't jinx it, is what are you trying to achieve? What's the whole point? Why were you here? You weren't here to make money and make mansions. You were here to meet WhyGuru. So the person you're looking for, where are they going to take you? They have maintenance. That guy who's looking a bit hench and muscular, he's going to have to invest in that muscular food and go to the gym constantly. Do you think he's going to want to go to the Gurdwara and jap naam and go towards WhyGuru? These are conversations you need to have. That Bibi, that she's stunning, and she's a TikToker, she's an influencer, she looks great, she manifests things. Is she going to manifest going to WhyGuru? Is she going to create this bliss? And is she going to make my light grow white and go brighter? So we need to start thinking about what it is we want. So we have a bunch of infographics from Share Charity that talk about this and disseminate this. So there's 4 Laavan. This is a journey. At the center is Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Because all the guidance, the mat, the wisdom you get has to be from Guru Granth Sahib. You need a guru. Everybody needs a guru. When you go to the gym and you want to get a flat stomach, a 6-pack, you guys get a PT, personal trainer. If you want to meet and get that light bright inside you, WhyGuru, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj will do that for you. So the center is always Guru Granth Sahib. The guidance is all Guru Sahib. And you get Guru Sikhs to help you on that. So the journey is the first Laav, and there's lots of different videos you can look at. The first Laav is all about self-reflection. So you're looking at yourself. Not go judging him and him and him and him. You look at yourself and you make yourself better. And I can be honest, I've been married 24 years. I'm still at the first Laav. I am still at the first Laav. There's an experience to be had that it talks about it. I haven't progressed from there because I'm still learning to be a better person, to improve myself. But Guru Sahib then talks about what you're going to have. Your ego. I've got ego. So I'm not ready for Laav 2. Laav 2 tells you that you're going on this journey now to meet WhyGuru. This is what you should be feeling. 3, now you've got good fortune. And so on. So this whole journey is outlined, and there's lots of different videos you can watch about it. But this infographic, I was going to actually go through, I'm really sorry I babbled on, go through it, and I was going to ask you some questions about it, but I'm not going to do that now. So, in a nutshell, what the ceremony and the 4 Laavan cover, and you should be able to describe it, because your Gura friends are going to ask you, what's your marriage about? What are you going to do there? Are you going to exchange some rings? You should be able to explain the 4 Laavan. And in here you've got the graphics. But this book here, this Anand Karaj book, this is my copy. I've got, and like I said, I've been married for 24 years. The wisdom contained in here is just phenomenal. And this isn't for you when you're ready to get married. This is for you whenever, because it's about meeting WhyGuru. The Anand Karaj is about meeting WhyGuru. So this is not about Sikh wedding diaries, I'm going to find out what I need to wear, what I need to do, and who I need to go to. It's not like that. It's not like that at all, because sanu kal da nahi pata hai. We came with our karam. So when I ask you, Benji there in the cardigan, in Sikhi, who you're going to get married to, do you decide that? Does your mum decide that? Who decides that?
I heard that it's from your Pichle Karam.
It's already been written. Jina ture pya sanjog. Eta turon likhiya hua. She might be Russian. He might be Russian. I don't know. The person might be in Canada. The person might be in Birmingham. I don't know. But do I need to worry about that? Do I need to lose sleep over that? Do I need to make myself very attractive for that? I don't. I don't need to worry. What do I need to do? Is become a Sikh. Go to my Guru, learn my Guru Sahib, become virtuous. Because that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to attract Rasmalai, as it says in it. And so that's not what we're about, right? Guru Sahib's taking care of us. Guru Sahib loves us. This is amazing. This ceremony is absolutely blessed. But we reduce it down to ritualistic things, and that's wrong. So in this book here, it goes over everything. I'm not going to go through the book, but in the chapters, it tells you what the Anand Karaj is. It tells you how to find a partner. And then how to be a better person. Because the first line is about self-reflection. What does that actually mean? And what do you need to improve? The reason I'm sharing this is because some of you don't remember being named. And you're probably sitting there, no, my parents didn't tell me about Amrit ceremony at all. That's a mistake on our community. So this covers how to have a relationship, how to talk and to find your partner. Everything from the physical relationship. This marriage is a physical ceremony. You physically have to go down, you have to listen to the words, and you bow down and you're accepting what Guru Sahib is saying. Then you go around and you're vowing in front of the congregation, you are my witness. The congregation is basically witnessing that I make a pledge, I'm making this vow. That's what the whole ceremony is about. But then after you get married, that's it, I'm going back to the gym again. Yeah, there's the kitchen, yeah, there you go. It talks about that, it unpicks all of that. It unpicks where you get problems. So there are going to be problems and there's going to be learnings. So it's going to give you all the tips. So with Share Charity, I'm going to skip the shell, but there's a bhangti here about, when you start the search. Oh, sorry. So one of the things that I have helped people to do is to introduce people as much as possible. Now, it's not something that it's on, it's a Tinder app or anything like that. It's a bespoke bit. But one of the things I have learned about young people looking for marriage, and even the 44-year-olds, the ideal is so superficial. Benji, yeah, I want somebody, yeah, that. You put all these conditions on. Rarely, honestly, rarely does somebody say, I want somebody who's kind. I want somebody who's respectful. But Guru Sahib says these are the virtues we really want, because if you want to get happiness, that's what you need to look for. But we don't. And if you want to give birth to the Bahadurs, the leaders of tomorrow, you've got to look beyond this look here we've got. You've got to look at what she stands for. Has she got leadership skills? Can she manage the house? Can she manage the money? Am I going to be happy and we're going to do things together? Do I feel the energy there? So this picture here, does anybody know who this is? Yes. So if she did not get married and somebody didn't marry her, she would not given birth to one of the greatest generals ever. He would not be here. And today, if I was to give a portrait of somebody similar, no, Benj, can you find somebody else for me? Can you find... Forget that she goes to the Gurdwara and she does this much part and she is just a diamond. When you go to a company, the energy is just, whoa. No, Benj. Benj, can you find somebody else? If you want to get leadership for tomorrow, you've got to think about yourself. You have to think about what you do in the marriage. This is for the Sengs, because it matters about you. If you're letting your mummy ji decide, but this is where my friend comes in here. Soni kudi labbi tu, hai na? Te saadi family ch soni laggi, hai na? Soni laggi, patli jahi hove, hai na? Gori chitti hove. That's it. That's the only instruction we give to our young people now. Not like, ਉਹਦੇ ਗੁਣ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ, and ਗੁਣ being, ਮਿੱਠ ਤਨੀਵੀ ਨਾਨ, nice body and have the seva bhavani and all those kind of guns. But before you say it to him, you've got to have it yourself. So you've got to implement it yourself and so on. So we need to kind of have this reflection. And then when you look at in this book here at the back, Share Charity did a bit of research on divorce. The research has been done to look at why people divorce, and it is ridiculous. The numbers of divorce, and I'm really sad to say this. The recent conversation I had was of a divorce where they've just got married 6 weeks. She'd gone back home because she had an argument. And her stance was, if he doesn't come and pick me up, that's it, it's over. His stance is, she went by herself and she could come back by herself. She drove up by herself and she could come back herself. And they're both now divorced. That was it. Those are not the Gun that Guru Sahib says. We're making a mockery of the Anand Karaj, right? We're making a mockery of Anand Karaj. We have to physically, mentally, spiritually understand what we're doing here. So we've got that and we've got problems. So here in this book here, we've got the roots, I'm talking about the wedding day, all the cultural stuff that's fit into it. And then we have this checklist. So this book isn't just for those who are looking to get married. These are those who've been married for 10 years or 24 years like myself. Because it allows me to think again, oh, actually, because when you go into Sangat and you go into families, I'm not being funny, you do pick up things. Calling somebody an idiot, your husband an idiot or your wife an idiot, do you think that's good? But that's what happens. Oh, you idiot. In front of the kids. That's normal. Absolutely normal. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I meant. You know what? That bullying needs to change. That's just one tiny example. So this checklist, again, these are just efforts from Share Charity here to remedy the things that are going wrong as much as possible. So with that, obviously there's a bit of a evaluation sheet because we like an evaluation sheet. But just to conclude, the Anand Karaj, Guru Sahib had this vision of a Nirmal Panth, that our Panth is really superior, it's so special. This Panth is just going to be incredible. But we just need to remember to put Guru Sahib into the center. So on this table here, I've got some books. I think £9, £9, I'll check. But the other one I just want to point out to is Raising Spiritual Kids. You don't need to wait till you are 21 to read this. The more younger you know about it, then you can influence other people. And what you don't know, you don't know. So you read about it, Benna, and you're equipped for it as it comes. This little one, easy one, is just an easy one. So just pick it up. It's that kind of goals every day just to be a bit more compassionate. That's one that came up first. Just read it, familiarize it, because you are conditioning yourself so that the light inside you can shine as bright as possible. So I've got a ticking machine over there, so I can take that. But the other thing from Khalsa Foundation that by Vijay Singh and his wife have got is the Anand for Life course. So this is a day-long course for couples. So you could be married, about to get married, or married for 10 years, 12 years. This takes you as a couple to talk about scenarios. So what would you do if? What would you do if? Because you need to understand you're both different people. You've had different upbringings. He's had different upbringings. But this will teach you some toolkits about how to overcome conflict, deal with the in-laws and so on. So there are efforts being made by our Gursikhs in the Sangat to make it an Anand, a blissful Karaj. So I'm just going to stop here with this slide. I think that's it. The next course Vijay Singh said he's going to do is going to be on the 7th of December. And it's bespoke for just a few couples at a time. I have overgone my time. I am so sorry. And I'm really, really sorry. And I've probably made numerous mistakes. But I hope you've taken something useful from that talk. Bhul chuk maaf karni ji. WhyGuru.